Hi guys, it's Katie here from Creativa, and I wanted to do a flip through of this album that I've made. It's mammoth, it's huge, it was absolute labour of love. It took me forever to make. I went all out, I just didn't know when to stop. So this album I made using my set of SVG files that are called Broderie. And I have made some albums previously on camera with this set of SVG files, and I will put a link to the playlist for that in this video, so you can go and check them out if you like. SVG files are scalable vector graphic files that you can use on electronic cutting machines, and like a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Brother Scan and Cut. And it's a set of 30 files, and it contains everything that you need to make this entire album, from the cover and the binding to the fancy doors and belly bands, flips, all sorts of things. So let me show you this album. Let me start by saying it doesn't come in this size. I have sized it up in Cricut Design Space to make it this size. I have already made a couple of albums with these SVG files, and this is the size that they actually come in. This is a 7x7 with a 3-inch spine, and I made this album on camera, and it's a more plain style. And then I also made, let me reach. I made this album as well using the same set of SVG files, and I made this one on video as well, so if you'd like to see that. The difference I think between this one and this one is that this one has used all the lacy edges, and it's the same with this one I'm about to show you, whereas this one, oh look, I don't have enough room on my desk for all these albums. This one I've used all the plain edges, so it doesn't have the fancy edges. But you shall see the difference. So, and I've also made this one from the same set of SVG files, so not only can you scale them up, but you can scale them down and make a tiny one like this. Anyway, this is 10 by 10 with a 4.5-inch spine. So this frame here is part of the set of SVG files. So my Cricut cut all of that out for me. I have made this kind of wood background using brads and cut pieces of offcuts of wood, and I've run them through the embossing machine and then distressed them to give them that look. This is just an it's like I guess it might have been like a necklace, and I made it sort of rusty, and then I stuck these little charms on. This is I downloaded some paper lines from Etsy, and I'll try and remember to put the link to all of those down below, but this is a cutout from that, and I have put some glossy accents on there and also a few little diamantes. There's some Kaisercraft flowers in here, and then there's also a few flowers that I've made, and there's some little glass dots that, you know, like jewel dots on here as well. And then on the side I have done this set of charms, and I've rusted them all because I wanted them to look rusty. I've put a bit of ribbon on there, a bit of seam binding, and then we've got a love heart, a dragonfly, a couple of different beads, and a few different beads, and a leaf, and a butterfly. So that's all there. And then the back is just that same style with the wood look, but plain so that they sit flat. So that's the cover. It's been a while since I've opened this. I made this for my son's girlfriend for her birthday. So I've already given it to her, but I asked if I could have it back to do a flip through on camera. So I'm as excited as you might be. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's right, I remember. Okay, so here we have, on the inside cover, we have an accordion envelope, and I've just put this little charm on the end of this string here with embroidery ribbon. So that opens up and it's got a few bits and pieces in there, I think. I can't remember. They're just tags and things like that if there's anything in there. Can't reach it if it is. Okay, but anyway, you can see that it's a really big envelope. And so that just does up like so. And then I've just used some stamps, some butterfly stamps and a love heart brad here. Then I have got some of these inserts, and these are part of SVG files, so they've got this lacy edge on them. That's why they're called Broderie. So that's big. That'd fit a 6x4 on there, no problem. So that slides in the back. There's like a pocket behind there, and then these two are also part of the SVG files. And I've just clipped them all together with this little tag here that says Imagine, which I've put on a jump ring, and then put some beads on there and that little clip thingy. And then I've just made this little Polaroid up and put a stamp in there. I guess it's like a doily. So they go in there. Oh, this was just a piece of quite plain scrapbook paper, and I've just put a stamp on there, and that's a Kaiser Craft stamp. I'm not sure what it was, can't remember. I put some ribbon across here and some ribbon across here. That's 2 sets of ribbon there. And you probably can't see too well, but this is from the SVG files as well. The doors are from the SVG files, and I've just put I've put a padlock and a key on here and tied them on with a bit of seam binding. And I've made these little flowers and cut out this little branch, and I've embossed the branch. And then I've done some stamping and embossing on this vellum paper. So these doors are part of SVG files. And this is actually wallpaper, and I have, I think, Distress inked it from memory. Distress, I used Tim Holtz's Distress stain, yeah. And these little Tim Holtz, whatever, ring things. I don't know, but they make good little door handles. So, and they're magnetic, so they open up like so. Oh, stuck. Okay, and then on the inside, I've just left that quite plain because I thought that paper was so pretty. And then I've just used a bit of the lace edging from the SVG files to make this little corner pocket tuck. So you can just slide your photos in here if you don't want to stick them on. So that's those there. And then every page is a side pocket insert, and I have put little charms on the end of these eyelets for each one, so they just slide out like so. So the brief for this was vintage, shabby chic and purple, so that's what I've tried to work with. So it's basically creams and purples. So the next page, it's like I've rusted up this beautiful butterfly metal charm here and just put a little purple bit of bling on there, and this is tied here with a bit of purple ribbon. So this opens up, and I think this was a waterfall, like a windmill waterfall. So it opens up this way, and then I've just popped a stamp postcard in here. Again, I've done that lace edge and a little butterfly slide Polaroid there, and then it opens out to the side. I'm sorry, I can't get this all in camera, and it folds down and then out, so you can get photos on each side of these, and then you can put photos in here. It's tucked behind these flowers, which are glossy accented as well. So they just slide in like that. I think this was a freebie printout from Pinterest, and this is the one of the paper lines from Etsy, as well as the wood effect. And I just slide in like so, and then it all closes up again like so and ties up. I just tie that up in between each page I have done this, I put eyelets in here and then threaded ribbon through, and there's then a strip of the wallpaper and then a little bit of the ribbon underneath as well for that sort of layered effect. And on this page I've got 2 little envelopes that open up like so, and there's just some inserts in there. I won't go through those. And these lacy edges of course mean that it's part of the SVG file, so that's those 2 there. I've just stuck some bling on those and flowers. I've got the little butterfly charms and some beads on there, and then they flip out like so and like so, and we have a pocket here with some more tags and some of the inserts from the SVG, from the Broderie SVG in that pocket, and then we have another pocket here and that has a big insert in there from SVG. So we fit lots of photos in there. So then they slide closed, and then there's another side insert here, and that's got another little charm on it that says laugh. So that's that page, and then we flip over to the next page. I've got a corner pocket here. I told you this is over the top, it really is. These 2 pages actually, it's a double layout, they're the same page, just mirrored. So I hope you can see. There's a corner pocket here. I've done some crazy over the top embellishments. I've got these little corners that I've embossed with gold embossing maybe. Some flowers that I made with a bit of bling in the centre. Another one of those little specimen kind of Polaroid or negative frames. I've got a tag here. It's got a little dragonfly hanging off it. I just think that's cute. So this was just a little scrap of paper. I just cut out the tag, did a little bit of gold embossing stamping on there, and just this little hanging charm with some beads on it. And it just, I think it's just cute. A little bingo insert, another one of the inserts from the Broderie, so that all goes in there, and then you untie this and it opens up. On the inside here we have these 2 square frames, and these are part of the Broderie SVG file, and I have embossed them with clear embossing, but before that I put a little bit of gold-ish paint around the side, and they've got acetate, and then they've got these tags that pull out so you can put photos in there. And these are stamps, and I think I watercoloured them. I did get excited, didn't I? Look at me, watercolouring. But they just fit in there really nicely. And then on this side here, we've got a half pocket, side pocket here. I've just embossed this little cutout of a love heart, and I've attached it with a couple of brads, and then you can slide things in behind there, which I've done. Some tags and whatnot. I really went all to town on this. No wonder it took me so long. Got another couple of inserts here, again from the Broderie, and using that Etsy printable paper. This whole album is just printable paper from Etsy. And then that one opens again, and on this side we have this oval frame. That's one of the SVG files, and I have I've put a bit of gold around the edges, then I've clear embossed it to give it a nice sort of finish, and it has this section here that pulls out to this acetate, and then this pulls out so you can put a photo on there. And then lastly we have this sort of semicircle tuck spot here, and I've put some inserts in there. These 2 again are the Broderie SVG inserts, and then this one is also from Etsy, and it was from Antique Papery, but I actually had a look at her website the other day, or her Etsy store the other day, and I couldn't see this, so there's probably no point in me trying to link it because it's not there anymore, which is a shame, but she does have other beautiful things. So that's that page. and the one next to it, oh no, it's just all ties up with some seam box. Next page is just a mirror of the same thing. So we have the corner pocket, flips out, have the two square frames there, a half pocket page here with a bunch of inserts, and then on this side we have that oval frame again and the inserts in the half semicircle tuck spot. So that's exactly the same. I don't know whether you can see this whole thing on camera or not. It's just so big. And then we have an insert again in the side here with a little eyelet and charm, and this charm's a little leaf. And we flip over the next page. It's a surprise to me too. Okay, so it looks like there's a pocket here, and I've put some postage stamps here with some embossing, stamped embossing, and some little love heart brads. There's a bit of ribbon, and I've done a bit of distress ink purple in the background. Yeah, and so there's a pocket with a couple of inserts again. So many spots for photos in this, so many. So that goes in there. I've done that little clip again with the it says believe, little beads, and then there's another pocket up here. It's got another little tag in it, and then this flips open, and I've left that plain. Goodness, how did I manage that? But okay, so you can put a big photo there, lots of little ones, do a collage effect. And here we have just a half page pocket with a bunch of stuff in, tag, an insert, a postcard, and this big photo mat, which is part of the SVG file, so you can see it has that lacy border all the way around the edge. So that all goes in this big pocket here. And that is that page. On this side we have a waterfall. So as part of SVG files, you get this little bit of lace. So I've actually shrunk it down, so that's 2 pieces, and I've just joined it underneath that flower in the middle. So I've just taken a little bit of lace that comes, oh, that got squashed up, that comes in SVG files, and shrunk it down to make it little. And then we've got a waterfall that's held together with this ribbon, so you just open that up, and it looks like so. So all the mats have this scallop edge to match the scallop edge of the lace edge, and the mats themselves also come in the SVG files. So that all does up. I love this paper, just love it. Can't get enough of it. Printed out so much of it because it was my favourite. But I had to tone it down with a bit of cream, so otherwise it would have been a bit over the top. And then we have another side insert here, and that slides in there, and then we go over to the next page. Okay, on this page I have one of those rusty metal butterflies again, and it slides in both directions. It's held on with a brad, so I can slide it this way, and this little tag opens up, and this here comes out like a long insert. And now I can't get it back in again. Oh, and there's a pocket here too, so I'm surprised there's nothing in these pockets. No, and that's got a bit squashed. Don't know what's happened to this. So you can put something in here, and you can also put something in here. And this goes in back in here, and that opens out the ways, and this one's the same. Pocket here and the insert here, and it opens out like so. Here we have a pocket on this page with an insert, another one of those long inserts. And then this flips open, and it's the same on this side, another pocket with an insert. And then there's this tuck spot here, and I've put a whole host of little goodies in here, postcards and just little opportunities for either journaling on or putting a photo on, just in there like so. So then this one closes up, these two close up, and then this little butterfly rotates around and holds it all in place. And this side, I have a double belly band, and you pull this big mat out, and this is a mat from the SVG files with the lacy edges. Okay, so that is holding these doors closed, and so those doors then open up. And on the inside, on both sides, we have these little pockets here with some little inserts in there. Little inserts with some stamping on. And then I've made this little tuck spot here again, and that's using the lace from the SVG files. It's another one of the big inserts from the SVG files, and another couple of little inserts in there, because you can never have enough. And then that closes up, and then this guy slides back under those two belly bands to hold that whole page down. And then we have another side insert here, and that tucks back in there. And then on the next page, pull this over, we have a pocket here on this flip, and I won't take everything out, but you can see there's lots of little tags and inserts, and I've gone to town with a little collage here with a Polaroid with some embossed stamping. There's some flowers here with a bit of glossy accents on the flowers, some more little flowers that I've cut out with some bling and a postcard, and there's even a little bit of lace down there. And then of course we have beads and danglies on these tags and inserts. So this then flips out, and then we have these three that flip out the ways, and I've just put that little lace on there again as a tuck spot. And those three open out, so that's 3 big opportunities there, or 6 opportunities really for photos there. This is a little tuck spot here, I believe. Here, I've just put some glossy accents and a little bit of bling on there. Here we have a corner pocket with some more inserts. That one's pretty plain. That one's one of the these are both from the SVG files, obviously. This one is just something from Pinterest, and I've just done a little embossed flower stamp on there. Backed it on some card. I've done that little Polaroid again with a stamp inside it. This is my go-to. I do these little Polaroids all the time. Then with some of the scrap paper, I just cut out this little tag with a little flower on it and the beads, and then I've used a bold pin to attach it to the lace corner pocket. So they flip back in, and this flips over that and holds it together. And this page, it's the same. So again, we've got the double layout. So we've got the pocket flip, the 3 that open out the ways, and then the corner pocket again with the inserts. So that's another one of those double layouts. And a side insert again there. And then last page, let me just put this up the ways. There we go. I'll hold it like that. Okay, so this is a booklet that's held together with this ribbon. So that opens up, and these open out like so. So there's photos, opportunities there. Here I've just put in a little tag with that, again, leftover bit of paper, and it's a tuck spot, so you can slide something in there. And I've just attached a little jump ring with a couple of beads and a charm, it's like a coin on there. So then under here I've just done that little sort of collage again, and with the flowers and the Polaroid with the acetate. There's the embossed stamp, postage stamp, and here I've tucked in a whole pile more inserts and the like, and a big insert there. So that's those, and I've actually put eyelets in this pocket to hold this little guy down. I won't tie that up just for now. And then the inside back cover, it's just like a giant envelope really, so it goes up like so and it opens out the ways and you can fit lots of stuff in there. I've done another little sort of collage there with this little circle with the little lace edges from the SVG, which again I just shrunk down to make it small. It's got a little tag in here. Oh, let's have a look. A little tag in here. It tucks in behind there. And I believe that this, yeah, is a pocket underneath as well, so you can fit things in behind there if you want to. So that is this enormous album that I made, and it took me forever and I just didn't know where to stop, as I say. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Massive album, but again I used these SVG files in case you're interested. Thanks very much for stopping and having a look at my album today. I'd love to see you guys again. I'd love it if you subscribed and commented, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you. Bye.